that this moment is a lot heavier or more impactful to me compared to how this episode ended.
Boar and Walrus left them in that locked room. Some might say she sealed them in there.
Let me go ahead and stop this recording.
You're watching to the most treacherous podcast in the world.
Wow, that's a deep dive.
There's a call forward to that adjective. It's a very treacherous podcast. Before I continue, I want to give a shout out to Patrick. Hold on, Patrick. Let me see your message. We've been talking here and there, and he said, just so you know, from now on, you're gonna be my go-to guy when it comes to conspiracy theories and we're alive Descendants. I said, bro, I'm totally okay with that as long as you're okay me telling them, telling the public about your ridiculous theories. So he said that dang it.
Look at this guy, more prepared with his word treacherous.
I was like here. He was in here. It was just right here.
I kid you not. Every time we start this podcast, I always look forward to what word he's going to use.
Yeah.
Now he's just starting to bash us. He's like,
I know, right?
Treacherous. I'm sorry you're here.
Man.
Right here. He said, do you have a name for your show yet? If not, it should be called The Most. Colin Reviews. I love how the intro is different every time. That's what he said. That was the whole purpose of the intro. It's to make it different. But yeah, this podcast, the podcast of World Life Descendants. If you don't know that yet, you just come across us on YouTube. That's the review that we're doing. You probably can't caught on yet, so make sure you listen to World Life Descendants.
Then what you doing?
I know. Yeah. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is AJ.
Ace.
Wakka.
Welcome. Bro, this is it. This is the episode. I message Ace after I listened to it. I said, hey, have you listened to it yet? He said no. And I said, bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now without spoiling it. You're gonna love and hate this podcast.
Yeah.
And I know we've had that moments with other episodes, but this episode is totally like your love and hate.
You literally said that to me, and I'm like, so it's like every other episode, almost every other episode.
Yeah. And I said yes, but this one is special, and there's a reason why it's special.
I don't like that it was special. Like, because the reason it was special, we'd been predicting this for a while.
Yes.
And I was like, I've been fighting almost every time we talk about it. I'm like, I don't want it to happen. I see it happening, but I don't want it to happen. And it freaking happened. I was like,
well, considering that he's your favorite character.
I know.
Oh, man.
Like, he's your favorite character.
I ran into Jeremiah today, and he's like, bro, I'm so mad at him. I hate him so much right now.
So Jeremiah went to our church and changed the signs, and so he listened to it on the way to church. And then he saw me in the parking lot. He started yelling at me, bro, I am so mad right now. I said, what do you mean? He said, freaking Vincent.
Oh, man.
I said,
no kidding.
I get it.
This was the Vincent I wanted back, but I didn't want it to bite at
you. You wanted that cold calculation.
Yes, I wanted him back, and I was happy he came back. But dang, but I didn't want it.
Sad at Howie.
Yeah, I know, man. I was like, yo.
And I mean, it's like in my head too. It's like, okay, I'm mad, but like what you said, we've been talking about this. Am I surprised though? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm mad, but it's not surprising. We kind of see this coming in a way that this might happen this way, but it's like, bro.
Almost every week we've been like, okay, is it gonna happen next week? Is it gonna happen next week? Is it gonna happen next? And then like, it like almost waited so long that we're like, is it gonna happen in Prim even? Like, and literally.
Right there. And I was, because I think part of me, at least for me, is I'm just giving him benefit of doubt. You know, like you have that root moment of you met the bad part of the family. Maybe he is the good part of, and maybe he is. We don't know. You know, maybe he is.
He may literally be working for Oliver in the most like loyal way, like because he gives that like weird little foreshadow. Even we'll get into that more. I don't want to say too much about the specifics of it, but like it was so hard because. Like the moment right before it happened, you hear it happen. Like it all slows down. Like for me, it like all slowed down and it just happened. And I was like I was literally just sitting at my desk like.
my heart was broken for someone who likes to just ride with the show. These guys like to predict or like how to come up with theories and all. When I'm listening, I'm invested. I'm like riding with the show, and I'm not.
No. I agree with you.
And then when it happened, when he turned, because I was with Vince, I was like, he must have got hurt so bad. And then when he pulled that move, I was like, no, yes, no, what, what?
Yeah, see, when you like on the first listen, I love to just listen.
Mm-hmm.
I
that's
don't take notes. I don't touch.
Yep.
I'm like I don't want to know where it's going until I hear where it's going. Yeah. But then on my second one, I start trying to pick it apart, and I'm like, now where's next?
Yeah.
Where's next?
Yeah.
So like I'll try and pick apart the next episodes like before they come. But the moment they're here, I'm like everything that I've predicted. Wait.
I know. I was the same way. Like I will listen to it just one listen just to enjoy the show, and it probably helps the algorithm of the podcast too if you listen to it multiple times. But I listen to it just first time, go through it, and just appreciate the artwork that Casey Whelan put in the podcast. And then the second time, that's when I put notes, and I like go into notes so much that I ask questions, and then if I only just wait few seconds, because it will answer not the same questions, like, oh, okay, never mind, delete.
You see, my struggle is that I listen to it several times or too many times because I'm taking my notes and then I just somehow get invested with it again. Like,
and then you forget to keep taking notes.
Yeah, dude. So that's what happens to me. That's what happens.
I literally have to sit there and make sure I'm not doing anything else because I was listening to it during like quieter times at work, like when we weren't busy, and I would just like stop taking notes, and I'm like, no, I need to sit here like this for the next half an hour. Do not take my thumbs off the keyboard.
Yeah, that's me too. And a lot of it is like a lot of it is I'm listening to it. I'm gonna mention this in a podcast without taking notes, and I'm gonna forget. So I probably should take notes. Speaking of notes, let's go to our notes. We kick off the episode with Nick, Vera, and Vincent, right where we left off from the previous episode. By the way, this episode is Stay Alert and Stay Alive.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot to say that. And in this
just
episode,
in case you were wondering,
all right, yeah, that's right. In this episode, the wall is down and the infecteds are out. Care of. Thank you, Alvin. You can kind of
just Alvin.
No. Well, Alvin started it off.
You know what?
Okay.
Yeah,
he has a point.
Yeah. Okay. Alvin started it off. It's like that mouse in Endgame, Avengers Endgame. You can't think anybody else but that rat. That's it. So it's Alvin. Which ironically, he's not the rat in this episode. If you know what I mean.
Dude, he was terrifying last time we saw him. Oh my lord.
He is. Now, so the explosion happened. They got, everybody got it, got out. It's so weird that you can hear Bill in the background just
I love
screaming.
that. Dude,
screaming.
It makes me think of like the whole Godzilla versus King Kong thing. Like you like the whole story's about the people like running around right here, but then you just like, oh, well, look at that.
Yeah, and then you can hear him in the background. But I like Bill is. I know Casey said we can't understand what they're saying. Yeah. But in my head, and we will kind of see it eventually during Nick's point of view. Mm-hmm. I was like, is this guy trying to scream at Nick like? I'm trying to get your attention.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It does kind of seem like he's trying to talk to him. Like, we might not understand him, but like when somebody speaks Spanish and they're trying to talk to you, they're talking to or at you. But you're like, I have no idea. No hablo español. I got nothing. I got nothing.
But the effort that Casey put in here, because he could have like not put Bill's voice in there. You know what I mean? It could be just rubble, people screaming and things like that. But he gave us...
It was intentional.
It was intentional, not just for making feel like, oh, he's talking to Nick, but at the same time, it's like, we can't forget that Bill is still fighting Fredo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they bring it up several times in the episode as well. Yeah. Like, they make that a point, like, this is happening.
Yep. Like, because a lot of us are probably going to wonder, like, where is Bill now, or where is Fredo? But for Casey, it's like, you don't have to wonder. They're right there. They're fighting. You can hear them.
And, so I kind of love the setup too, because of the explosion, everything is so dusty and decayed. Mm-hmm. Like everything's like so blurry that they can't see anything. So they're like, okay, we're gonna try and get to the outside of the arena and follow the perimeter. Because they're like, we can't just run to the exit right now because it's so crazy and infecting can come from everywhere. So they're like, cut out one side that we can get attacked from at least.
Yeah, and also, you know, like not just the rebels, like infected running around. So it's him trying to be safe and not die from, and then also the people that's, you know, going everywhere. Yeah. And so, you know, it's pretty rough being down there.
I have a very interesting, to me, interesting curiosity. When the explosion happened, was that above, or was the explosion below like any of the bleachers or the seating?
Oh,
because would people have been caught up in that?
Yeah,
because both for the sake of like, one, that would suck for them, two, like people could have been blown into the arena, and that could also be helping like their getaway, because now there's more than just 3 human sensors.
Oh yeah.
So I was curious about that, because they got away like they were moving fairly unhindered. Like, yeah, they killed several infected, but
well, because
when it's like every infected in there, you made a
great point there, because where is the do you think the infected are smart enough to think that, oh, there's we are free now, so let's get out, or they're dumb that, no, I just want humans, so they're seeing multiple humans?
I think mostly it's the get out. I think 80% of it or more is the get out. Look at like Jurassic Park. When the freaking gate opened up, they wanted to go. They're like, the carnivores weren't just being like, oh, well, look at all the food walking right in front of me. They're like, no, they're like, get out, and then we'll worry about it. And at this point, the infected are a lot more developed to where they have their own minds, they have their own thoughts, they have their own process. It's not the mindless zombie that you hear about in most stories.
There were no regular infected in there, which is all special, right?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't seem like there are really regular infecteds anymore. From everything we've seen so far, there's no such thing as a regular infected that we saw. There's no first gen that we saw from Story of Survival.
How I pictured the door was the Jurassic Park door one. I just thought it was that big door, but
see, that's what I thought my first time listening to it, and then actually it wasn't until we kind of did that one last listen through before getting going that I was like, what if it wasn't like that big towering door that you kind of envision, like the big monster walking through? What if it was literally a tunnel? Like the way you sit over the tunnel.
The way football field works, and that's where the players are coming out.
People sit above that.
People
look down and watch them come out of that.
No, you make a great point. So it's a coliseum. You know, when they said it's a coliseum, and that's how a coliseum works too.
Yeah, big
it's like
Roman
surrounded with people around it.
Suck to be there.
The big like Roman coliseums, like you sit several feet up, like a dozen feet up or whatever, and they enter in under you. They're being held under you. The way that it sounded up to this point is it sounds like there are infected being held in the arena as well, in like the back of the arena. So like under the stairs or under the seats and stuff.
All I'm saying is I bet that was a blast.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and stop this recording.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, Casey commented in our previous episode because he answered what I said. You know, we talked about in Jurassic World. You know, with the whole Bill and Fredo, and he said I'm already done writing that whole like Descendants or that scene or that part, and then he watched Jurassic World and he said, "Aw,
dude, oh my gosh, Casey, I'm a big D&D nerd, and me and some friends, I was trying to make a D&D campaign based off of like there was a couple people that wanted to try it, and I wanted to do like an Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of story. Set up this huge story, and then I went and tried to do some research on like their world to make it a little bit more easily to impact or like easily to like mix into, because they were all Avatar nerds. Well, and it was wonderful.
Not Korra.
So my research went into Korra, and I learned the story that I made was so similar to part like the outcome of Korra, and I stopped I tore the entire encounter apart. I'm like, I'm done. I don't care. Gone. I'm out. We never ran the encounter. We never did it. I was so mad. I thought this was like brilliant. I thought it was gonna be great, and it was just robbed from me like years before, just because I never wanted to watch.
So what were you
gonna
say, Casey?
I'm saying I can understand that feeling. Like you have like this great moment like built up and like ready written out, and then you go to watch something. For me, it was I did some research and I saw it was already done, and I was like,
oh man, that sucks.
like, I hate it here.
So I said in my notes, you kind of hear Bill talking in the background, and then right after that, that was Wakka, by the way.
Sorry.
Right after that is we see Nekoma making sure the kids are safe. This is when Nekoma's running with Alex, right?
Alex and Dot.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happened to Gloria?
She went back to help out with the slaves.
The slaves.
That's right.
They even mentioned that again later. They say that she's taking them through the tunnels to get to the other side of the tunnels where the big tree is.
Yeah, that was in one of my notes when I said, what happened to Gloria? And then right after that, they answered it. Like, oh, never mind then. That checks out. Gloria. I know. Making sure the kids are safe. And this is when the Alex threw the last frag. And then Nekoma said, oh, can I have one of those? And he said, that's my last one.
That was it.
That was it.
Like, and I said, oh, well, you can't give that back to Gloria.
See, good thing he at least admitted that before taking them.
Oh yeah. When they were
every time that he threw one out, well, that's not going back. Well, that one's not going back.
So when they were they checked that they weren't in the arena when the explosion happened, right? Mm-hmm. And then after that, we met up with
so right before that, like this is the first time that they talk about Fredo and Bill fighting still. Yep. Nekoma says Alvin was right. Mm-hmm. She can't tell who's winning.
Yeah.
So like you said, like that keeps getting brought up.
How big are these two?
Like, well, the behemoths were like 8 feet.
Yeah, but I think
and Bill seemed almost like he was bigger.
Yeah, because I think what do you call? I think Bill is big, but Fredo is fat.
So Fredo was already really big.
He was already
and so now
big.
he's girthed out more than what he was because he already was depicted as like a massive monster of a man.
Yeah. No, but I think Bill is taller, like larger in a way, or bigger.
But Fredo is like bigger.
Yeah, and he's just heavy broader. Set. Yep, he's just a heavy set. So the fight can be like you could say that Bill can win because he's faster than Fredo. Because I feel like Fredo is a lot slower than Bill.
I agree with that. I think it is like it's not speed versus strength, but it's a little bit like that's their slight differences. That Fredo's a little bit stronger, Fredo's a little bit stronger and can probably pack a meaner hit, but it does seem like Bill might have a little bit of reach and be a little bit quicker.
And we can assume
it might be wrong. Like it might be complete opposite.
We can assume too that Bill is smarter than Fredo.
Fredo is very one track mind.
Well, because the way Fredo transformed, was the behemoth.
Yes, and the behemoths were always kind of dumb. Like, they were very not independent. They were all meant to be subservient to Ink, so they were kind of made to be dumb.
Yeah.
But Fredo had such like a deep desire and such a deep will that he couldn't be controlled like that, which Ink showed in multiple moments that he couldn't control all of the behemoths. Like there was only a couple he could, one of them being McKibben's.
Yeah. That's a big nod from the Skittles, Angel and Kalani episode. If you guys don't know that in Story Survival, because they were worried he's gonna climb the water tower, one of the behemoth, and then Skittles said no, they won't do that.
They can't climb.
They can't climb. They can't do that.
They can't climb very well.
Oh, that was good. Do
you think they both are gonna come out of this fight, or one of them?
I think both of them are gonna get out.
Yeah,
I have a feeling one is going to be knocked out and the other one leaves.
I think Fredo is going to get distracted with all the other infecteds.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Because all he wants to do is kill the infecteds.
Yeah.
It was never him versus Bill. The only reason it became him versus Bill is because they were the only two in the arena.
Yep.
Right.
He just wants to go kill because they used to use other infecteds to get Fredo back in the cage.
Right.
They would use them as bait.
Yeah. What if the face that we see in Descendants logo is Fredo's face?
Ooh, that would be very interesting.
You know what I mean?
I'd be surprised, but I see more than that. What if the face that we see is not either Bill or Fredo? It's the one that has the ending of this episode. I don't want to say what happened yet, but what if it was that ending? Because that is one of the most influential parts of the whole.
Yeah. Cole showing up, right?
No, not him. Oops, the one that had a special moment with one of our main characters.
Oh, you think Walrusby?
What? No, the one that got Nick.
Oh, you mean that?
Because it was a Skinwalker.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You think that would be a Skinwalker? I don't know.
It could be. I don't know for sure, but I'm saying just different things it could be.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
So
after that, they're having this conversation because they met up with the rest of the kids in the arena.
Yep. Right after the Alvin was right, they start yelling down to them.
Yep. Yeah. Yelling down. So that's how I.
Also,
so I was right. They were down and the other people was up.
Correct.
Yeah,
okay.
And
so they're not also Riley was with them. We did miss that mention.
Yeah. And. They were explaining. Is it just you guys? This is so funny. Is it just you guys? No, the rest they got captured, and then Riley said, "Well, not all of us."
Yeah, she was like, "How did you get?"
Riley said, being sarcastic, and said, "That not." All of them got captured, and then Nakoma agreeing and taking the credit that they put a lot of work to make all of these happen. And then Alex is questioning Nakoma, really? From you? And Nakoma said, "What can I say?" And then she paused. I thought she's gonna say you're welcome, but she didn't.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, which kind of made more sense. She's a very apologetic character, which
at this point,
kind of what's appealing to her so far is that she's been like backtracking everything, which I think eventually like she's definitely gonna get ahead. But I've been liking that she's been backtracking instead of just trying to move past it.
Her character development here kind of is breaking how I built her up from the beginning to now, because she's becoming someone else. I mean, like you said, she's becoming apologetic. She's helping out. Her answer when she says they're all dead, the last episode, they're all dead. Wait, I think they are. It just threw me. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound like a tough Nakoma in my head.
She's lost all control.
Yeah.
Like up to this point, up to the last few episodes,
hold up.
she's had control the whole time.
No, but the person who said they're all dead, that was Gloria.
That was Gloria.
No, you know how when they were saying, "Are they dead?" And then Nakoma from a distance says,
I thought that was Gloria after shooting.
That was Gloria
because she took the shots. She shot them all.
Oh yeah, that's when that's when she came up. Because they were wondering where the bullets were coming from.
Yeah,
they were just flying, and then when everything went dead silent, you hear Nakoma at her side of the walls like, "I think they're all dead. I think." And then Gloria walks up, and then
I think you're right.
And then Gloria walks up and says, "I did kill the bad guys, right? I did."
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, okay.
I think you're right.
Then when Nakoma
that was my normal thought, but then I thought I think we brought it up last time, and I thought I was wrong last week when we talked about it.
I thought Gloria.
I think you are right.
Yeah, I thought in my head, I thought Gloria said, when Alex said, "Oh, I cannot believe you're here," and then she said, "They're all dead."
Oh no,
I thought they are
a little bit before that.
I was gonna say, it was before that.
I know. That's how I picturing him say, picturing Gloria.
Because her first line when she got here was "I shot the bad guys," right?
Yeah.
Or "I got the bad guys," right? I think that was her first line. So
that I trust you because you listened to it 12 times, 15 times.
So yeah, that's
Amy's
where
good at catching those really obscure moments.
Yeah.
Where Nakoma is now, it's just ruining my image I built up. Her was like, she was like a tough, snippy girl in the beginning. I mean, of course, we saw that she was with her character development mixed. I'm like, man, I'm doing this wrong. You know how she's trying to build relationship with Vera. And then here, where I'm assuming she already knows how to take actions throughout all her missions and the way she responds to things.
She is a stealth operator. She's like, I am not meant to have conflict. I meant to knock you out before there's conflict.
That's true.
There's conflict. What do I do? What do I do? Who do I shoot?
But yeah.
So yeah, we had that mini
stealth ops first for infantry.
We had that mini reunion between Nakoma and their gang with the kids. Now seeing Alex and Dot being alive is kind of anticlimactic.
I actually, I really liked how this was done.
No, it's like like Nick's reaction and Vera's reactions, like, "Oh, you guys are alive."
I would assume Vera it'll hit Vera more.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I actually thought it would hit Nick more because Nick has more of a history with Alex.
True.
But like, for me, it made sense because they're in such a high emotional state right now that everything is like panic. What is this? And they're like, holy crap, like, you're alive.
Yeah.
How'd you guys get out? The very one line, like, Will helped us.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do that for us? Okay, we got to move. We're gonna die.
Oh, that's true.
No, because I was in my head, the way I pictured it is maybe not as emotional as Bert when he saw Alex,
right.
but it's more like, is that who I think it is? Alex? What? You're still alive? You know, that kind of thing. Not like, oh, you're alive. Great.
Yeah.
You know, how'd you guys get out? Oh, we I saw you guys, you know, went in the water. That's the exit. It's like, Will saved us. You couldn't have done that for us?
Yeah. It was very short, but like again, like the emotional like high peaks that they're at. To me, I guess it made sense, but I can definitely see like the anticlimactic just it happened.
You know, at a little ways after, I was really disappointed at how when Nick when they had to switch weapons with Nick with the shotgun and
I was so happy about that. It was funny.
I'm glad they switched, but I was just disappointed. I was like, man, Nick, I was really rooting for you to.
We were all hoping he'd get a shot.
Yeah, I mean he did, and he did, and then Vera says, "Good for you." In the last episode.
She's just being a simp. That's why she said that.
Yeah,
but
Bro, if that was someone else, Vera will be like, finally.
Yeah, exactly. We were waiting for that moment that he had with the M4. He took that wicked shot and saved Vincent.
Yes.
We were waiting for that with a bow.
I know, right?
Yeah,
but instead, we got it back to Riley. That's the only reason you gave it to him. You only gave it to him so that way he'd give it to Riley.
Exactly. You're talking to Casey, right?
That's
Yeah, that's the only reason, Casey.
Oh, that's right.
I see you. I agree with you, but I see you.
Yeah, when they switch with weapons and shotgun, I love the sound effect, the bow flying.
Yeah.
And then Riley Carr is like, nice.
I got it.
Finally. And then they separated, right?
Yeah, so Riley has the bow back, and then they say meet us at the big tree because they're like Gloria's taking all the slaves back to the big tree on the other side of the caves, or tunnels or whatever.
Yeah, so Nakoma goes down to meet up with the crew while the other team goes.
Nakoma's gonna go try and meet them by the exit.
Yep.
And the other one to go save Bert and the rest.
Yes,
that's where it's leading to.
And then while they're walking, talking about the kids in the arena. In the inside the Coliseum, freaking Vera had to open her mouth and spoke too soon.
This is going pretty well so far.
She had to jinx it.
Vera, have you not listened to We're Alive?
Did you not read the entire story of survival?
Exactly.
Did you not read it all?
Every time. Don't
say anything. Say, wow, this is harder than I thought it would be.
Or just something I hope
be pessimistic, dang it.
Did one of the big fellas land on their area, or what happened?
Bill came after them.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill did?
Bill straight up was running at them because which is why I think that Fredo got distracted. Because moments before, it looked like an even match. And then all of a sudden, Fredo was catching up, and Fredo yelled something at them. Oh. Almost like he was trying to talk to them.
Oh, I totally missed that. I just thought they were still going at it, and then one of the big fellas just fell nearby them because they got tossed or something.
No, I think Bill might have thrown somebody at them, but I think it's like Bill was like running at them, might have just grabbed him through. Oh. And that's where like it like blacks out. We're like, holy crap, something just happened that caused a bigger bang.
Yeah.
Which my first thought was, I thought he swatted at them. Because we know what the sound of his hit already is like, and it was very similar to the way he hit Lisa. Like, it was a very big...
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
My initial thought is it's the cause of the explosion. Like this part collapsed, so now this part is collapsing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how I pictured it. Until I still can hear Bill screaming in the background, and it kind of like getting closer and closer to them.
Yes.
That's another point. Yep, that's another point. That's like maybe Bill did this. You know?
Yeah, and it's like I don't know for sure if he caught up to them at all, or if he was getting close and threw something at them.
Yeah.
Like that's really my only like what if right now because in my mind I'm pretty set on like no, it was Bill. Bill saw them and was going.
Yep.
He didn't care anymore about Fredo. Something happened there.
I see.
Those two stopped fighting.
Yep.
And
then so right after that, I'm gonna give Ace a props again for this theory, because he said this theory from the previous episode actually. Of we were talking about what's gonna happen with the old gang and how is Boar gonna handle them, and he said exactly what happened in this episode. Boar and Walrus left them in the room, just them, instead of taking them as hostage. It's like, yeah, screw you guys, everything's falling apart, so I'm gonna leave you there with Seal.
And it's one of those things. Like for in my mind, I was like, leaving them there is the most control you can have over them, because if you take them out, there's too much that can go wrong. Right now they're in a locked room. You have locked guard. Guard. Blah blah blah. Just leave.
Do you think that room is a glass room?
I think it is a glass box. Like if you go to like a stadium and you see the VIP room, like the VIP rooms that'll have like the glass, like the angle the glass out, like this, so you look down and you see like the angle down all the way to the arena. That's kind of what I thought in my head. Because like even those will have TVs sometimes, so that way if you don't want to look down the glass, you can sit in some of the chairs and just look up at the TV and be like, I can see it all still. It's like that presidential suite kind of thing.
The reason I thought that it was a glass room, because they saw the arrow swooping in. I'm like, wait, how did they see it? Did they see it through a gap? And I just thought, oh, it's a stadium. It should have seen it.
So I think to the arena is glass. I don't think out the doorway like that is glass. I think the door was open because he was in the process of telling them like he can use force to like make them sit down basically, and then suddenly something hit him. So it's almost like the door was open, he was looking this way into the doorway, arrow hits him from the side and he drops. Well, he like turned to it, but
because what happens after that, that's what I thought happened. Like that's how I pictured it. But what I thought happened after, they asked, can you guys open the door? And then that's when they rushed in to hug each other. So I was like, wait, how does this room picture
I mean, it could just have like the little windows and doors, like a lot of doors. Like
sorry, just me picturing the room.
Think of like even schools and stuff like that. They'll have like the long like rectangular window. It's not like super big or you can see a lot through, but you can see.
Yeah, I agree with the window. I don't think the door is open because you can hear the beginning of that part is there. Someone's
that's right.
banging.
You did say
someone's banging in the door.
In my mind, I don't know why I thought that they like opened after that when Seal started like yelling at him, but no, they definitely didn't open the door.
But there was I can picture having their window, but I gotta say this joke because Bert has been doing a lot of pun. I was gonna say that you ready for this, Ace? I was gonna say that Boar and Walrus left them in that lock room. Some might say she sealed them in there. Okay.
I'm gonna just leave it in silence.
It's true though. She sealed them in there with Seal.
Not with Seal.
Huh?
Not with Seal.
That was Seal.
Seal wasn't stuck in there.
No. Well, that's what I'm. You know what I'm saying.
I had to.
And they were talking, and Seal said, "No, I'm not gonna let you out," and things like that. And next thing you know. No. Riley called him, right?
Hey, Seal. Dude, I'm like, Riley is such a thug, dude. Like, she's that pocket G that you forget about until she does something like that.
No, I feel
she is the one that will always call her shot.
Yeah.
You gotta take him down. Takes him down. Like, she was nervous about it, but took him down. She has hit like every big arrow.
Yeah.
Ridiculously.
Riley's the type of person who in rock paper scissors shoot, she will tell you first what she's gonna do.
Scissors.
Yeah, she's gonna do scissors, and then she will do it and win.
Literally. You're like, you're not gonna get me. You're gonna choose rock. Crap.
And then when Riley showed up, I feel like she's just so excited. It's like they took my bow away, because this is how I picture it, right?
Yeah.
They were right there and they saw Seal, and then some guy's like, I'm gonna shoot him. And then Nakoma said, no, I got the bow, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Alex is like, yo, we can take him down like real easy. And she's like, yeah, we can.
I miss shooting the bow. Just let me do this. It's quieter,
Yeah, literally. That was always her thing. It's like, it's quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, she put that on Angel's face. Right?
Yeah,
I can reuse the arrow. And then Bert screamed, "Viva la France! Viva la France!" Which is so ironic if you think about it in history. The France surrendered.
That was all I could think about. No, sorry. Actually, all I could think about was freaking flushed away the frog, like the ninja frogs or whatever.
Yeah.
Do the thing. We surrender. No, the kung fu thing.
That's right. I was like, yeah, you're rejoicing, people of France. They surrendered, bro. What do you mean?
Someone had to say it sometime.
Right. In this case, she didn't. She didn't surrender. She fought.
Man.
And this was actually one of the happiest moments in like the entire episode. No, not one of. It was the happiest moment. I loved seeing how much like over the top Bert specifically went when seeing Alex, because like he is kind of like all these guys like grandpa at this point. He's kind of all of their unofficial grandparent, and so like he's like, I just saw my grandson come home. Like, he was dead. He came back from the grave,
and they all had their moments. Yeah, you know, like Casey made sure that they, every single characters will have that moment. It's because it's like you have a lot of people in that room right now talking to each other, but they all have moment like Victor to Kelly. You know, Victor said, "Did you guys hear that?" That's when Kelly said, "He's right."
I have to ask, does that happen all the time with all relationship? Does women have to be always right?
I plead the fifth.
Yes. Yeah, they always think or assume that they're always right. Yeah.
I felt bad for Victor, man.
Wait to put the podcast down, Wakka.
No, I only feel bad for Victor because not only is it like that it's a lawyer.
Yeah, and
she's gonna find a way to make it right.
Yeah, and it's Kelly. Whether this is a lawyer or not, it's Kelly. You know what I mean? So hearing Kelly say you're right is a big deal. You know what I mean? Like Victor can die there now. He's
like gone. Open this window.
The happy moment.
Yeah. So if Victor dies in this, in the end of this season, it makes so much sense. His arc is done. Kelly said he's right. And then as soon as they see each other, you have that emotional moment. Yeah. It's like, oh, I cannot believe this and this, and then dot.
Can someone explain to me what happened? Kelly asked. Can someone explain to me what happened? Dot.
Your dot coming out.
And then someone translate. Riley said,
I thought she nailed it.
I thought she nailed it right in the head. Now, what do you think? What did you guys think that say?
Dude, I literally think she was just trying to say we blew up the thing to try and get them out. But we can't explain now. We gotta go. Like I think it was something like that. Like the very the precise. Like this was the explosion. Yeah. We can't talk. Move.
We gotta go. But you were saying it so fast. Dot. And
dude, when she did the da, I was like, dude, I lost it. I was like, no.
All I heard in my head
Dots
was
turned to Eminem.
And we all know Alex understood that whole thing. Alex is like, yes, what she said. Let's go.
Right. Oh man!
So they were about to leave.
Oh
yeah, they're about to leave, and then Bert said, "Hold on, I gotta look for something real quick." And
he tries to search Seal for Golden Shirley, but the weapon was already the only things that were on him were already picked up by Miro. Correct?
Yep.
I believe that's who I heard.
Yep.
Yeah. Miro had already checked his body, gotten weapons, blah blah blah, and he's like, "No, there was more."
It was Golden Shirley.
Yeah. He starts kicking him.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
At first I thought he was kicking out of anger, and then you hear Kelly's like...
Well, I think he was.
He was. Yeah, he definitely was.
Yeah, he was really mad.
I'm not sure if it was Kelly or Mira. I was like, really, Bert?
And it was Kelly.
And he had the opportunity to say it.
And he's like, what? I'm clubbing his seal.
Clubbing his seal. Yeah, and then Dot said, ... See, she gets it. And then Alex said, that's not even close to what she said.
Yo.
And then Dot said something again, and then Bert said, what? Don't leave me hanging.
Dude, can we lock him back up in there?
Yeah, that's where Victor comes in.
Yeah. Bro, that Dot moment, I so enjoyed that we had that Dot moment in there.
Dot and Bert was the thing I didn't know I needed in my life.
Oh, yeah.
That interaction was something I never knew I needed in this life. But I need more.
Because I was like, in our, what we talked about in the previous episodes, like, we need to have, I don't know, like a Kelly and Gloria conversation. Bert and Gloria.
But it's like, we need a Gloria and Bert conversation.
Yeah, but this one is Bert and Dot.
That's
and
funny.
I have it in my notes in here. I said, I love that Dot's still trying to talk to them, even though she knows ain't nobody gonna understand you, bro.
It's funny because she went from being a character that didn't want to talk to now she's so talkative. She's like one of the most talkative characters.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's because of Alex.
Yeah, and the funniest part is like she knew nobody can understand her. But she's
gotten so used to Alex understanding most of what she says that she's just
no, but it's also when they say what, she slowed down the Dot like that's not gonna help.
Dot.
Ain't gonna help.
That's right.
Just slowed it down. Just like dot. What?
Yeah, that's when she was talking to Kelly. So she went da 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 da, and then says what? It's like dot. It's like, can someone translate?
I'm like, what?
And then that's where Ryan came up with that joke.
So then they talk about that they need to go get a ride. They need to go. They're like, oh, we have to
go back to the tanker.
Let's go back to the tanker. And
Riley
is like, about that.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you do? You scratched it, didn't you?
Just tell me already.
Let's just say we're gonna need to find another ride. Another mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Bert was still attached to it even after the whole upgrade. He was.
I was like, he's had that car for like 18 years almost.
Well, yeah.
And
well, he thought the baby was gone until he found out that it was still alive, and then the upgrade, and he was disappointed.
And now it's a bomb.
It's gone.
it was very helpful till the end, though. Like, come on.
It was.
It was quite the bastard.
Yeah,
man.
That's the way a Bert character and his stuff will go out. You know what I mean?
Literal blaze of glory.
Yeah, blaze of glory. And it's not boring. I got shot and died. You know, it's like something ridiculous. You know what I mean?
It's like, nah, dude. I took out a freaking kingdom.
You like, if we're gonna talk about how Bert is gonna die, it's more like sacrifice himself to blow up Bill or Cole or something like. But we already had that moment with Saul. Mm-hmm. But in that same, I'm picturing it will be the same idea. Maybe not the same way, but the same idea.
You know what I mean? Same like massive moment, not some small, not some like, oh, like Bill got shot, like, oh no, or Bill got hit, oh no. It's gonna be like it was good being here for you guys, blah blah blah. It's gonna be like that like powerful moment. He's gonna do something crazy and it's gonna work, but he's gonna go down with the ship basically. He's gonna go down with the moment.
Or you can say not some Michael moment. That death was like, bro. I mean, it makes sense, you know what I mean, for Michael.
I think it was actually perfect for Michael because his whole thing was intelligence, and the thing that took him out was espionage.
Yeah.
I was like, that is actually perfect.
I agree.
But
Bert won't die like that, I hope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like Angel went down a leader. Saul went down a soldier. Michael went down through intel.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's like they're all going down by their characters' like design almost.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And, I absolutely love it.
Lizzie died out of love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And the moment we saw her, literally her character was love. The moment she was introduced.
Yep.
Kalani went down a traitor.
Well, the traitor to be no,
because like he still like hurt the tower, so it's almost like he still went down a traitor.
Yeah, a traitor, but
like,
at the
that
same
wasn't
time,
the intent, maybe, but it's kind of the effect.
Right.
He went down destroying the tower, which is what he was sent in to do.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of the new episode of Attack on Titans when Reiner said, "I'm gonna live my life, all my life. My life is not enough. How much regret I have." You know what I mean? The amount of people that I killed. So that's the same thing with Kalani. I can't live besides the daughter dying, it's like I already betrayed all of you guys. So now if I survive, I'm gonna have a lot of regret.
Yeah.
So might as well, die from this regret.
Yeah. Kalani, Datu went down being the savior. Like,
yes,
he was the fixer, the builder.
Yeah,
he went down fixing and building.
Yep, and died in the same spot where his lover died.
Yeah, so like literally everybody has had their death match their character. Tommy was out as fast as he was in.
Yeah.
He was in, made a huge moment, and like brought people together. And when he died, it brought people together.
Yep.
And his in death, he tore apart what he basically was trying to put together.
Yeah.
So it was like all this stuff. It was like all this. So it's like if Bert goes down any other way than in a big bang, I'm gonna feel betrayed. Because all these characters have had such a ceremonious like death. Even like the small like quick deaths that weren't like side characters, they were all super like ceremonious.
Yeah. Did you just realize that right now, Wakka? Like your mind blown?
It's just I'm picturing all of their deaths.
Yeah, your mind just blown.
Wow. Bang.
Yeah, that's how Casey's case juxtaposition with every characters and how they developed and their death. It's like I don't know if that's intentional. It's got to be intentional,
It's like too much coincidence to just be like, it happened that way.
And as a writer, that's he probably thought, how am I gonna kill off this character?
Yeah, and it might be like some of them might be coincidences how much like I might be overthinking some of them and they're fitting.
No, but it makes so much,
especially
especially the top three. It makes so much sense how they died.
Yeah, like information is what killed Michael. A soldier's work is like because he was the guy who always like argued with his superiors, and so he went down like being the lower tier Saul.
Yeah.
And
he died disobeying the order.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
I'm not leaving.
Like this is all the stuff that was said in the very first part of the first chapter.
Yeah.
And then the leader, the guy who had no leading experience, he had less leading experience in his whole body as Michael did in his thumb.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff, it's like, well, he went down trying to be that leader, that model, that fighter to
and
the end,
not selling out his friends.
Exactly.
How about Lisa's death?
Lisa.
Yeah, do we completely forget about Lisa?
I mean,
she died saving Vera.
Yeah, so like, I mean, she died trying to be that brave person. She was the coward the whole time, and she died finally having her moment of bravery.
Look at that.
I'm trying
which is I mean that we all predicted that's how she was gonna die, she was gonna have her moment of bravery and die, but
Yep.
Well, I did expect her moment of bravery, but I didn't expect her to die. That's what happened.
I knew she was either gonna she was gonna try and have a moment of bravery, it gets stopped and she lives, or she was gonna have a moment of bravery and die.
Yeah, but you think about it, Wakka, though, like maybe right now it makes sense, but even before, those other characters, because we know someone has to die in the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we talked about every individual characters. All of them still has arc stories, you know what I mean? Except she's like the least.
She was given the opportunity for it, especially but she didn't get the opportunity for it until after.
Yeah.
Her arc opened up after she died.
Right.
Because we found out Grant was there this whole time.
Yeah. But because we thought the least person that would have an arc because of Gold Rush is Alex, but now we open up with the whole story of his family. It's like, oh nope, his arc is not done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was thinking if it was gonna be like one of the main people, he was the only one that could die. But I thought I knew there was too much because of Gold Rush. There was too much.
Yeah, and the Atlas and the meeting his mom.
Yeah, they basically had Gold Rush just to introduce his character.
Yep.
So it's like it wasn't his arc, it was an introduction.
The Lisa moment is, I think we build so much arc towards her being the traitor that it's like there's no way she's gonna die. You know, or maybe that's just me, that's like, oh, she's got to be the traitor,
just you
know what I mean? And the mystery behind Lisa, because she's a very new and random character.
I'm interested to hear more from Grant, because you know that's going to come into play, especially because he was brought in.
Do you think that Grant's going to pull a Kalani move now that he knows his daughter died? When he finds out,
towards Westport?
No, but he's gonna like go down.
Yeah, he's gonna
like sacrifice himself.
Yeah, get revenge. Like find out that the boy or whatever, screwed his daughter over.
I can picture that. I can definitely picture that, but it's not as powerful as Kalani.
And I don't know because we don't know Grant's character yet. We only know that he was some random worker.
Yeah, on the train. That's right.
If you think about it though, like even from Story Survival, Gold Rush, and what was the other one? Lockdown. There's no just a random character. Like if we hear a voice of this character, usually they will play out a role. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that's why I said
usually.
I said usually.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lockdown had a pretty random character.
Yeah. And I'm not just talking about
Roger.
I'm not just talking about the dad who's offering his daughter to Nick. I'm talking about like person that they interacted with and have like moment, like that girl that we are obsessed with, Wakka.
Yeah.
That Pegs confronted. I feel like she will come back and have another moment. So the reason why I'm saying that is I feel like Grant will have that moment too. It's not just a past by character. I
feel like he's a lot more of like the off mains.
Yeah.
Like where he's going to have some bigger part in the overall story.
Right. Same way with the commander general, the
Hogs.
The Hogs, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna have a much bigger part in the story
for sure.
For sure.
I think on the next season.
Will be a problem.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be part of the reason why like all the OGs and Newgies like all leave Westport. Like, I'm still pretty set on they're gonna all be gone.
Yo, what if the next
one
CJ
might die?
The next one will be them ending up in Republic and meeting with Oliver, and knowing this.
See, that's what I'm hoping for.
You know what I mean?
Well, and they're kind of leaning that way, especially because of how this episode ends.
Yeah,
or almost ends.
And then finding out that Republic is not their main enemy. The whole thing is just a setup for them to fight against.
If it does lean towards that,
that'd be cool.
My guess was that Alex is going to come out. Hey, I got a spot for us to go to.
That's where I think that they'll be for a little bit.
They're definitely coming back. They're definitely going back to Atlas. Yeah, they definitely.
Gloria's gonna be like, crap.
I mean, say that they were gonna leave Westport and they needed a place to go to. Well,
yo, what if Gloria finds the golden Shirley before Bert does?
Dude, I'm hoping. I am hoping. Because, like, I think it says Shirley on it now, too.
Yeah.
So, like, what if she, like, grabs and she's like, Shirley?
It's Shirley, too.
She's like, that looks familiar, And then Bert is seeing Gloria with golden Shirley in her pants, like, give me back my Shirley.
Like, no, this is mine.
I know.
This is
That's how I picture it. So now we are in we went in a little bit of rabbit hole, and there's a reason for that, because this is the heaviest moment of this. I would say the whole series. I'm gonna say the whole series.
Yeah,
the heaviest moment, the whole series. Maybe not as big as Kalani moment, but it's a big moment.
I don't know. I think it is in a different way. That one is bigger because it was a season finale,
and also because maybe just for you, I don't know if you expected that Kalani would be the traitor. I didn't expect that Kalani's traitor, but Vincent, we kind of see it coming. Not the traitor part, but being part of the family and taking Vera.
That we were like 99.9% sure that was a thing.
Yeah.
The only reason that we weren't 100 is because it wasn't confirmed, and you can't be 100% on anything until it is confirmed.
Yeah,
like with Dobby, we're like, okay, Dobby is 100% Endeavor's kid, but you can only say 99.9 because it's not confirmed. Until it is confirmed.
I love that Casey will be listening or watching this podcast like, who the heck is Dobby? What is he referring to right now?
He's gonna hear Dobby, and he's probably gonna be thinking of the little elf.
Yeah.
I believe this is
free. Go ahead, Wakka.
No, I'm just saying that this moment is a lot heavier or more impactful to me compared to how this episode ended.
Yeah, I agree. This moment,
but that moment is impactful too.
I think this moment was bigger than the ending. But the ending means more.
Yeah. Exactly.
But we also kind of expected the Nick too.
We did.
From the get go. As soon as they got captured and go to Prim and they get sampled. Yeah, that's.
I think it's because we all love Vincent.
Vincent's character is why this episode was so heavy for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Because as of right now, I have 4 people that have all said almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That this episode was so heavy because of Vincent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's.
Because here's the thing. Okay, I know we're gonna, and this is why it's heavy to me, right? So before, the reason why I wasn't taking Vincent as a traitor, because the way he treated Nick and all that jazz. But when they got out, after the first game. Before Boar recruited them again to go to Coliseum. And maybe Vincent is acting, but he cannot wait to get out. You know what I mean? He cannot. It's like, okay, I'm pissing out and this is your problem. But as soon as he heard Vera joining in, it's like, you know what? I'm going to join in. And he gave the reason of, Nick, you saved my life, so I'm going to save your life. That might just be a reason why. But
I think that's a cover, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's most likely because I want to take Vera and protect Vera too. You know what I mean? But that totally caught me off guard. It's like maybe there's a chance, like a little bit of chance that he's not after Vera, but he is family. But now, so the main reason why it's so impactful to me is I didn't really care that much about Nakoma, but what he did to Nick, that was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
So okay, so we're talking around it. Let's get into it. Right. So. Right here is actually where the commercial was.
Yep.
And the commercial ends, and after the break, it seems like some time has passed.
Yep.
Or something, because suddenly it almost, like, in my mind, it went from being like 4 p.m. nice and sunny to suddenly like it's like dusk, like the sun is coming down, and it's suddenly like a scarier place after this Bill attack happened. So everybody got separated. And Nakoma first finds a wounded Vincent. I'm sorry.
Yep.
He says they all got separated. He sounds too weak to walk and could barely hold a spear.
That's what he said.
Yep.
Yes. I right now, like, my notes are just like as it's portrayed, not as what I knew, because obviously this is my second listen through.
Yep.
So he says, "Here, take my spear. I can hardly hold it."
Yeah.
She says, "Do you know how to shoot a dart gun?"
That was definitely a planned thing.
It was
definitely a planned
the moment thing. I think he was waiting for her the whole time.
Yeah.
I think there was zero doubt in my mind that he was waiting for her. So he was waiting for her, and then he's got his like arm over her, and they're walking, and he hands her the spear, and she hands him the dart gun, and she says, "The red ones are to kill."
No, he asked her first.
Oh yeah, which
one?
darts are which? She says they're color coded. The red ones are to kill. The yellow ones will make everything numb and basically paralyzed.
Yeah.
And then this was the moment my heart sank.
Yeah, because she was like explaining it. Just be careful with this and that, and then.
So no. So he says something first.
He says, "Good to know."
That's good to know.
That's good to know.
And his entire demeanor changed.
Yeah.
With that sentence, my heart dropped.
Yeah.
Everything slowed down because it was very obvious tone change.
Yeah.
Because he was like talking like was really weak.
Right.
And then he's like, "Good to know."
Yeah.
And it was just like, like it was almost like he just stamped a period at the end of his whole character.
Right.
And it was just no. And you just what the.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was intentional that the demeanor of him saying that line.
Yes.
Because it hit me. I was like, wait, he doesn't sound so weak at all at this point. And then when that hit, I was like, oh, he's back. But why? Not at her.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. So his character finally blossomed in that moment with "good to know."
Dang.
Took her down. He's like, "I would have used the red one, but you helped us a little bit."
Yeah.
And he was like,
"Thank you."
And he was like giving her crap. He's like,
man.
he was like, "That's cold. Like while I was washing my gear, you got me," kind of thing.
When he said that, it made me think, because he says after that, it's like disgusting. It's like, what's disgusting cleaning your gear? And then I was thinking, maybe Nakoma caught him when he was cleaning himself up.
Yeah. I think he was like naked or in his boxers, and he's like, "Disgusting. You caught me like while I was at my most vulnerable," kind of thing.
Dude.
or he might be just disgusted because like he wasn't prepared, like kind of like shoot someone in the back.
Yeah, it was all sneaky.
That's what I thought.
It wasn't like an honor kind of way,
Yeah, I thought it was like you snuck up on me.
Or it's like saying, such a coward, so disgusting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I thought that too, yeah.
So I put in my notes. He's perfectly fine. Suddenly sounds like one of the corrupt family members because he suddenly starts to sound kind of like Durai.
Yeah.
Like he's that very cold, calculated again.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong here, but he said he needs Vera specifically. So he did know who she was from here.
Yeah.
And we were just and like to this moment, I'm still just hoping he's not working for that side of the family. Yeah. I am hoping that this is just an over loyalty to where he will do anything to get the job done. And like right now, the anything is being kind of a bad guy.
Yeah, because when he said that I could be the most loyal, I'm paraphrasing, but I don't think I don't
just how loyal I am.
I don't think he's a bad part of the family, but at the same time, from the get-go when he met Vera, I don't think he knew that that's Oliver's kid. Not until Vera said in the video, "My dad is Oliver," and then he said, "Huh, okay."
Yeah, that's where it hit me.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the chances that he thought the Oliver that she mentioned is the Oliver?
I mean, that when you don't know people and like if he knows who Oliver is, he probably knows that Oliver has a kid.
Yeah, and Oliver came from Colony.
Knows where he came from. So it's like just connecting dots.
Yep.
At that point,
pretty much.
So Vincent might know his backstory a bit.
The because she came from Westport, so now you have Oliver. So yeah.
Okay.
And the whole story, like what he said, the whole story of lockdown leaving Colony, because she said that in the video while she was talking to Lisa.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
He left.
Yep. And and we know that the guys watched a little bit of their game at the very end.
Yep.
Oh man.
And so next he runs and he finds Vera.
Yeah.
And he's like,
hold up, sorry. It's so saddening to hear Nicoma saying, "Vincent, why?"
Oh my dude. I really hope somebody else finds her.
Yeah.
I hope Nick finds her.
Yeah, Nicoma's not done.
Yeah.
Definitely not done.
Well, like that's the thing. Like this could be the kind of moment that kills her. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But there is. I will say with this one, there is a bigger chance than in other moments. Like where the I don't know moments.
Yeah.
This is a bigger one of those chances where she could die.
Right.
Especially because with what I was saying earlier, like she could die by the trank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like so it is a setup for it.
He
so
left
either way.
left her in when he said, "Nicoma, stay there." Not that you have any choice, but in the middle of chaos and infected running around and things like that.
He dragged her away.
I think he like laid her against some rubble.
Yeah, but hope someone will see her. And you said Nick.
I hope that Nick will get up and start running out and find her.
Yeah.
Which means then the next thing that could happen might be Nick, Boar, and
that's
Walrus coming together.
What I was thinking is actually more like, when Walrus and Boar are trying to get Nick, they will see Nicoma.
Yeah, that's another thought. That's why I'm hoping Nick runs into her first.
Right.
So Vincent runs into. Do you have anything?
No.
Okay, so Vincent runs into Vera, and Vera's taken down a couple infected.
Yeah,
and
you can hear the slash.
Dude, she's a little warrior princess right now, literally.
I can picture her like. Yeah, have you guys seen Kill Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, that white girl with a katana and blood all over her face. That's how I'm picturing her.
That's true. I can see that.
Yeah, Kill Bill. Hey, which is funny because it's Kill Bill, dude. That was good. I wonder if that's Casey's intention. Kill Bill because it's Bill, bro. You can't tell me that's not connected to anything.
Yeah, you are
it's
so
not.
in tune
Bro,
with
I
your
can't
daddy
tell
joke,
you.
I
man.
cannot wait to Bert say that.
He's so in tune with
if-
his
oh
daddy.
my God,
side.
he is gonna say something.
He's gonna say that, bro. If she ended up killing Bill with a katana, and Bert will say that, bro. Just like the Kill Bill.
Oh.
Come on now. All right, sorry. Let's continue.
So she takes down a couple of people. Vincent comes up like, "Hey, Vera," like blah blah blah. Like they kind of have their casual talk. She's only looking for Nick.
Yeah.
She is 100% tunneled. Where is Nick? I'm going to find Nick. He says we have to go. Nick might have already made it out.
Trying to make up excuses.
He is trying like every way to make her safely come.
Yeah.
But she's not biting. She's like, no, I'm gonna wait. Everybody else has already made it out. Like he might be meeting up with them already. Well, I'm gonna wait. And he's like, well, I didn't want to do it this way, but bam.
Yep.
And he's like, I'll carry you if I have to.
It worked out so well in Vincent's case. You know what I mean? The whole thing, like meeting with Nakoma and then having the dart, because how would he able to take, Vera? Maybe, I mean,
which I think is why he was waiting for her. I think I think that is the reason he was waiting for Nakoma.
Yeah.
Because he was planning for that. Like with the situations as they've unfolded, he's like, I have lost everybody.
Yeah.
I know somebody is coming here, and the other two will have to pass me.
Yep.
In order to keep going. So he's covering all of his bases in this one action.
He definitely partially got lucky, because with the calculation statistics, you would know, he would probably think out of all the people that will save us, it will be Nakoma.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's like, she's familiar with the area and things like that. She's stronger than anybody else.
And the last thing they saw was them saying Nakoma was coming.
Yeah.
So that was the last thing he heard from anybody else.
Yeah.
Outside of the three.
Yeah, so he definitely, everything is so calculated and got lucky a little bit. Handing the spear, and then Nakoma's like, all right, if you give me the spear, I'm gonna give you the dart.
Sympathies.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh man.
So while they start walking, or him dragging, I'm gonna say carrying Vera.
The way I see it is, I think he threw her over the shoulder and started.
Yep. Yeah,
and
carrying the little Asian girl.
She calls him a traitor, and then he says, "Soon you'll see just how loyal I am."
Yep. And that's
I'm
one
of the most loyal people you'll ever see.
And that's when I know that he's working with Oliver.
So
you know what I mean?
That's the thing that makes me nervous. It's is he working with Oliver? Because it might not be loyalty to Oliver. It could be loyalty to the family, whatever family it is.
No, but here's the thing: because if he's a bad family, he won't take care of Vera.
That's not true.
Because he's gonna use Vera against Oliver.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're thinking.
No, because in my head, if I'm gonna take care of this, I'm gonna give it back to my boss. I'll make sure that you are taken care of, instead of I don't know. Because in my head, I feel like if you own someone that belongs to someone powerful and you want to fight against, I'm gonna torture this person so you feel bad and you give me whatever I want.
But they might want her to be in the best condition for that situation, to get back to the family, try to win her over, and they could try to corrupt her. They could try to do a lot of things. There are a lot of directions they can go. I honestly think when it comes down to it, it's a 50-50 coin toss on what side he is on. But I can see you could protect cargo.
Yeah.
Whether how that cargo is going to be used once it gets to the destination is up to the buyer. So the buyer is whoever sent him on this mission. It could be Oliver. It could be somebody on the wrong side of the family. It could be somebody on the Republic side, that's trying to cause this war, and he could use that. They could be using she's perfectly safe if you do what we want. It could be one of those situations.
Oh, I see.
So you don't damage goods if you're trying to use it as a pawn. You're not gonna grab a broken chess piece to replace, or you're not gonna try and replace a broken chess piece with a broken chess piece.
Right.
And so it really is a coin flip because of just how the politics work.
What is
so far?
Go ahead, Wakka. You were saying something.
Oh no, I just really believe that Vincent didn't know who Vera was until that moment, and the chances of him picking her up was never part of his plan going back home.
Yeah, I don't with getting locked up. It was unlike Oliver. I don't think it was his plan to go there to get
Vera.
Vera. Yeah.
I wonder if he's from Scratch's family.
That's what I'm scared for. I'm really hoping not.
Yeah. No, so in the reason why I think that he is in a good part of family,
I hope he's a Blackburn.
It's because of what his response to Vera, because when he said that, what did he say? I can be the loyal as can be, or something like that. I think he's saying that to Vera. He's not just saying that in general. When Vera said you're a traitor, he's convincing Vera that no, I'm not against you. I'm with you. You know what I mean? I'm loyal towards you. He's not just saying that in general. You know what I mean? He's not saying it in general. It's you think I'm a traitor, and that's fine, because I'm loyal to other people. You know what I mean? And that's how I was taking it.
And that's the very reason I'm it's a coin flip, because you could mean that in that way, which would be essentially a good way, in the way that I prefer because I don't want him to be ruined for me.
Right.
But then there is the way that he could be saying like, you'll see just how loyal he is because he'll prove just how far he will go to show his loyalty for whoever's above him.
Right.
So it's like it can mean both ways. I'm hoping, however, it is the way that we all want to see it go.
Yeah.
Because I still want to like Oliver. His character's been so cool.
Oh, Oliver's definitely a great guy.
Or Vincent. Yeah, because like his character's been so good so far.
Finding optimism in this situation. It's like,
Full
bro,
copium.
be
Full
a good
copium.
person, right? Be a good person. Be a good person, please. Be Snape in Harry Potter, please. I'm just
Literally,
right? And then here comes the savage moment on Vincent point.
Yeah, this is where I thought that Vincent was bad. It's because of this.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
This moment hurt me, but like
it hurts me too.
Like, okay, I'm still gonna try and defend Vincent here.
Yeah.
So when it came down to it, like, when Oliver saw people die, he's like, that's unfortunate, but they're just pieces to get me to my goal.
Yeah.
So it's not like he didn't have anything against them. He didn't have anything against Danny, any of them dying. Like he might not prefer them to die because he's a good person, seemingly, but he's not hurt that they died, and I don't think he would have traded spots with them.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, if you think about it, Wakka, he left CJ.
Yeah.
For a mission. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he's a good guy.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't think that this will define him as a bad character. But it does not look good.
Yeah. He's just a great agent. You know what I mean? Like a spy agent.
Exactly. He's like literally, I don't care how much I like you, how much I dislike you. At the end of the day, my mission has to happen. My mission has to be completed.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will do anything to complete that. I will turn on anybody, betray anybody to win.
Because at the end of the day, he could have told CJ that I have this plan and I'm trying to kill Simeon, and after this, you can come with me or not. But I have to leave.
Yeah, because he could have married her into the family.
Yeah,
like he had that opportunity.
That's right.
I don't think she would have taken it, but he had that opportunity, and that might be why he didn't. But at the end of the day, he didn't.
Yeah, it's awful because it's Nick. The price of it is Nick. But the reality is that is the case.
I think it's because I am subconsciously glorifying the idea of what Dean and his mom mentioned, is that not all of us in the family are bad.
I know, and that's still hovering in the back of my mind. Like when he's taking Vera, like that's the side of me that's really poking that's the devil on my shoulder saying like, yes, it's on this side. While there's Angel on my side that's been like, he's been good the whole time. Like, let him be good.
Yeah.
And so, do you want to go into the craziness that happens here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, Nick finally finds Vera and Vincent walking away. And he's yelling for them. Vincent, Vera, what happened to Vera? Vincent, answer me. And he's just ignoring him wholly and fully, trying to get out. And go for it.
I just remember, because now that you're seeing that scene, before that scene happened, they went back to Bor, and Walrus talking about how to control the situation.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then Walrus says, hey, look, there's still people out in the field.
Yeah. It is so crazy that Bor said, we might still win this.
Exactly.
Bro, there's no winning in this. It's over.
How?
The whole thing is
how
done.
How can you still put the bet on this?
I thought that was so weird. Like,
it was so weird.
That's copium right there.
Yeah.
That's more than I've got.
Yeah. It was crazy. It's
Have you never heard that?
The whole thing is just done. Like, there's probably no people there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no people there anymore. That's a streaming thing, so it's Pogs. But there's no more people there. There's no more people there to bet. There's no more people to win. The game is done. And she's like, we might have a chance to win. Like, you stupid.
And then they were watching the video feed. Walrus is saying, Vincent is carrying, it looks like Vera. And then they saw Nick on the side, and then they saw the Skinwalker.
Yeah,
and they
look,
see Skinwalker sneaking up on
and then
him.
they were giving up, and I was like, okay,
we'll get at least one.
Yeah, we need to get
one, maybe two, because her heart tracker was already
right.
It was showing low signs, so they're like, she might be dying, but it was just the trank.
Yep.
And then it led to this scene.
And so so then the jumping forward a little bit, we hear the Skinwalker jump at Nick and bite deep into his left arm, I believe.
Yep.
To his arm, yep.
And
sorry, before anything else, we have to mention this. Vincent said Nakoma. He said, "Made the winds F your favorite." I just want to say that. And then that's it. All right.
Bro, when I heard that, all I heard was the
Hunger Games.
Yeah, Hunger Games was like, yo.
May the odds be with you. May the odds be always on your side. But
may the odds be ever in your favor.
F with you, he said.
Yeah, he said, may the winds F your favor.
Okay, all right, sorry, let's go back. So when he sees them and then he got bit, I'm gonna say this is my last pun. I promise, this is my last pun.
I don't believe him.
Boar thinking and connecting all of the dots with with all the tinks. Okay, I'm done. That's it. That's my last pun of this episode.
I don't believe him.
Board thinking and connecting all of the dots.
Did you hear him? Just this episode.
Just this episode.
Oh yeah, no,
it's coming back.
There's gonna be another one. I don't know how, but there's gonna be another one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So he gets bit. We all knew it. We all knew it since episode 1. He was gonna get bit.
Yep.
Something was gonna happen.
Yep.
That he was gonna get revealed.
Yep.
This is on a much grander stage than we expected.
We talked about this.
We thought there was gonna be a couple ways. All of us kind of expected him to get bit in either the last arena, and then when he didn't in the last arena, we knew he was going to come into here.
Yep. And then when they got the blood sample,
and we thought that was the second way he would get caught. We thought he was either going to get caught through the blood sample or through getting bit in the arena. Especially because he got through the first arena, we're like, he's going to go into a second arena.
Yep.
Or at least I was making that prediction that they were going to go into a second arena, which was going to be Coliseum. Ended up being good. And I was like, he's going to get bit there.
Yeah.
Not the way I expected, but it is the same result.
Yeah.
So he got bit, and Boar's like, goner.
Yeah.
Vincent said, heck of a way to go.
Yeah, heck of a way to go, Nick.
And he's like, I really don't got anything against you, kid, but sorry. That basically them's the bricks.
Yeah.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Vincent?
What'd you say? Get back here.
Oh my gosh.
If he had anything other than a shotgun, I think Vincent would have been dead.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Like if he would have had a freaking pistol, he would have gone for the shot
while he's down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, you son of a.
He was
screaming.
He was angry.
Yeah, he was.
Angry. Man.
And so they see Nick get bit by the Skinwalker, and they believe Vera is dead.
Yeah.
Or dying.
Yeah, dying.
The boar also. So as they go into it, the boar starts asking Walrus, who is this kid? He's not turning.
No, but at first he's like, Walrus, look at this.
He's still going.
Yeah, he's still going. And Walrus said, well, we've seen slow turners before. Yeah. And he said, not like this.
Not with this advanced.
Yeah. And he said,
an infected.
She said that the whole, not with the advanced infected, and also like looking at the charts, like nothing is slowing down. It's still the same.
Normally there's some kind of fluctuation.
Yep.
Even his heart rate was
still the same.
Mostly normal.
Yeah.
Obviously elevated because of the crazy situation.
Right,
so it's like, but they're like, nothing is actually abnormally changing.
Yeah.
And so, who is this kid? Where is he from? What do you know about him? Well, we don't know much. Does he have any personal belongings? He had this journal from his grandma that he used at the last arena.
Yeah.
What is it? Let me see. Goes into it. She hears the name Tanya, and she sees the book, and she says, "I've seen that book or something similar to it." And in that moment, she starts connecting the dots. She's like, "Your grandma, Tanya wrote it. Tink, Westport. His name is Nicholas Tink."
Yeah.
There's a rumor about them.
The what do you say? The uniquely qualified.
They're uniquely qualified.
They're uniquely qualified. Because that's the reason why she can test the infected, because she's uniquely qualified.
Yes.
Now let me raise this question to you guys. Do you think Nick knows that he is uniquely qualified, even though they couldn't test it.
So from one of the earlier first episodes, they talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first because it seemed like you had something to say.
Oh no, I was just gonna answer his question that I believe Nick knows, but he doesn't want to test to believe it.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
it.
He's like, I think I do, because it seems like it passes through genes, like because it
Yeah.
went from Tanya to Saul.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, I think I do, but how are we going to test this without the risk of me being wrong?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I get bit, or what if this one type that bites me is different than the ones that used to be, and so I can still be infected through them.
Right.
And it's evolving, like consistently evolving, you know.
Like the Rona, like, so there are people that are asymptomatic that don't show symptoms, but then there are people that like couldn't catch the alpha variant but could catch the delta and stuff like that.
You know how would I test it though? I would put him in the that foggy room where everybody else will coughing and Tanya's not.
Oh, in the spores?
In the spores, you know.
But, like,
But that could be one of the ways. No. Enough that because remember Victor,
they choke cough immediately as to where Saul was perfectly fine.
and things like that. Yeah, they will start coughing and dying, and then
that's
Saul
right,
and
that's
Tanya's
right,
like,
that's
I don't even recognize that or realize it anymore. You know.
Yeah, but it would be so risky to get them into a zone like that.
Didn't they block that room off? Or no? They now know how to do it because once those bodies decay...
They found out it's from decaying, And that room's probably long gone. But I wonder if like areas like Inglewood and stuff are still gassing. Like I don't think even that, because it went away in middle of story survival and then erupted like an earthquake brought it back. But I mean, they definitely could like throw a couple infected bodies in a room and try and test it, but that would raise a lot of suspicion.
Yeah, and if Nick is not immune, who's gonna take out all those bodies? Nobody else is immune because Tanya did it. Oh, gas mask. Okay, that makes sense.
They would have a way to do it.
Yeah, they did. They came in with their little scuba suit.
Yeah, like they would have ways to do it.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense.
I don't think anyone will want to expose on the chance that they're wrong.
That won't come back, will it? Like the
spores?
Origins, not the spores. Like
the first.
Yeah, do you think they'll come back?
Wakka,
I hope so.
The title of the podcast is Descendants.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I would love to see like some random ancient tribe coming out through like an earthquake or something like that.
Yeah, because it will only make sense that if we
name
learn that
Cole.
What if Cole wasn't a creation and it was like one of the originals?
I know we've had that conversation multiple times. Yeah, he is.
Like, that would be crazy because like it like we don't know what the creation was. According to Saul, it seemed like it was something big. So in my mind, I always went to like some T-Rex looking.
Yeah. That's true.
Like mini T-Rex looking infected.
Like way bigger than the little ones.
Yeah, Patrick actually mentioned that. He said, what if Bill and Cole were both created by ink? Then right away I said, but Waller said Bill didn't come from LA, came from somewhere else. So
it came from like almost the Midwest. Like it came from like the Dakotas or Kansas or something like that.
Right. So I don't think it will be inks.
Yeah, I mean, they could travel that far in 18 years, but it'd be very impressive if they were still alive, that healthy and everything.
Yeah.
As of right now, we've only seen one infected that has lasted, and that was like a freak thing, it seems.
You're talking about Fredo?
Fredo, yeah. Fredo. And it was a freak thing because like all the other behemoths died.
Yeah.
Because they all were given cancer.
Yeah.
And it's like, when in real life, like it's very low odds that someone might beat that late of a stage of cancer, but it happens.
Right.
He just so happened to be the one it happened to.
Yeah.
Okay,
so where are we at now?
The boar
the boar found out. Yeah, connected the dots.
Yeah.
And then she's like, that's kind of how the episode ends.
That's how it ends. Yeah. It's like he's an immune.
So what do you think is going to happen with Nick? Do you think we're going to go with the story that Boar and Waller's trying to take him and test him?
I think that's where they're going to try going with it. I think that's the most likely is that they're going to catch him.
The obvious thing, but we don't know if that's for sure, but that is the obvious.
I would like for him to get his butt in gear. Like he's bleeding, but he's like, I still need to get to Vera. He gets up. I want to see him run, see Nakoma, grab Nakoma, and somehow run into the rest of the group. And then I would like to see like the season finale, like the boar chasing him while he's with the group again.
Yeah, that's
while
what I'm
they're
picturing.
chasing.
That's how I'm picturing it.
Vincent.
You know how I want to see the ending of this this season? This is how I want to see the ending of this season. It might be satisfying, right? No, well, not. Come on, I'm not just about dying, not because of Michael, but this is how I'm seeing that the end of the episode is Boar and Walrus trying to get Nick, right? And then Gloria with the slaves will show up, and the anger that's boiling inside all those slaves will kill Boar and Walrus. Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely, because I think Boar is not done yet. But that's a way to end this Prim arc. You know what I mean?
I think the Boar and Walrus will both get away.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
they're gonna come back in season 2 or 3 or whatever.
But that is the heck of a way to go out with Boar and Boar and Walrus is like all the slaves surrounding them. You know, like you've enslaved us for years and years, and here we are. You know, that's the way to get out. But highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But yeah, that's how we want to see.
No, that would be a very satisfying way to go. But we haven't really seen a satisfying death yet.
Yeah.
The closest we saw a terrifyingly but satisfying one, I guess, which was Scratch.
Yeah.
But that was the very end of the show.
Like I can picture it with the slaves and then Mara standing there smirking at Boar. You know what I mean? and then Bert with a river card in his hand. Like this is my river card right here.
It's about the last card you play.
Yeah, it's the last card you play. All right. Well, we cannot wait to end this season. We cannot wait, but can wait to end this season. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be good.
Thank you guys so much for participating with us. We'll let you know how is this thing gonna work out for the live, right?
Yeah, our goal, I mean, do you want to say
No, go ahead,
our
go
plan
ahead.
is? So
Go ahead.
what we're hoping to do is we would like to try and do listen to it live. We're going to kind of break the rules, and we're going to hopefully try and note a little bit while getting to enjoy the story.
Yeah.
We might take like a half hour after the story to be able to do our own little theory crafting, whatever digging we want to try and do. But it is a season finale, so I don't think there's going to be as much theory crafting. It's going to be a lot of unpacking. So the hope is we'll all meet, we'll listen to the live, and then afterwards try and record, and then maybe drop the video, Monday, Tuesday after, depending on how you're feeling about that. That's on you more.
I agree.
But
I totally agree. Or the following day, it doesn't really matter. It's like I just enjoy doing this pod. You know what I mean? And talking about this, it just so happened that you guys are listening with us too. Like seriously, that's
awesome.
And participating now, like you guys are participating with our conversation.
I know. I'm loving it. I'm loving to get to see like all the different names coming in.
Especially Casey commenting, commenting in our videos.
You,
I never expected Casey to be
No,
jumping in on this stuff. I love it so much.
Especially for you, because we've had this converation before. Like
Several times.
you're invested in this, and then now the creator talking to us. It's a big step. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Hope we'll see you guys again next time. Bye. We need an adult.
We need an adult or adults.